All right. I'll be talking about nonverbal communication. So, and I was required to choose a country, which is not my country or where I live. So for that, I chose France as a country to work on. Um, the world abound with many different culture and countries. Many different culture that you can find in different places, and it can be an interesting thing to go around the world to visit and discover what other people do. But in order for someone to do that, the person needs to have resources. The country that I choose to work with is France, and it's a place that I would like to visit, especially their capital, Paris. And in order for me to be able to go there, I need to educate myself about how people live and interact with each other there. In this presentation, I will be talking about kinetic, proxemics, and self-presentation in France. And I went ahead and made some research, and I will share with you guys what I found. The first thing I will talk about is kinesics, which is how the gesture and movement are used in nonverbal communication. In an article that I found online called Culture Etiquette, in France, the OK sound made with the index and the thumbs, it means 0. While the OK sound with the thumbs up is okay. So it's kind of different than here. And in France, you are not allowed to use personal hygienic items in public. Like you can use a toothbrush in public. You cannot use the toothpicks, nail clippers in public. Also, you cannot yawn or scratch in public. Yeah. So also another thing that you will find French people doing sometimes is playing an imaginary flute. Like when you are talking to someone, sometimes the person might start acting like he's playing an imaginary flute. In the book, doors and taboos, of body language around the world, the authors say that gesture is it usually means that you are telling the other person that they are talking too long and you are getting bored. So the next thing I will talk about is proxemics. The article Doing Business in France gave us some guidance on what to do when you are doing business with French people. So in France, they appreciate greeting with the hand shaking, and then their style is brisk and light. So usually you just need to, with 1 or 2 movements, you give your hands, and then 1 up and down movement is enough. So they don't usually take long holding your hand. So if you are not used to it, you think that, oh, this person is in a rush, So yeah, and in the book Kiss, Bow, Shake Hands, the author recommends to always shake hands when being invited, or when you are meeting someone or you are leaving someone. Now, the third thing I will talk about is self-presentation. The article Culture Etiquette state that French enjoy skilled, well-educated labor force. So hardworking is appreciated in France, but workaholic is not. So you can work hard, but not too much. Also, French people appreciate punctuality, so you have to be on time when you're having a meeting, business meeting, and stuff like that. And the article Doing Business in France recommend wearing conservative clothing, but for good quality clothing, but they have to be conservative at the same time. Also, in the book Countries and Their Cultures, I discovered that in France, they kiss a lot, but it's like when you greet someone, you give 2 kisses on both cheeks, and they call it like fait la bise. And that's mainly done between close friends or family, with family members. You can do that with a business partner. It's like handshake when it comes to business partner. To conclude my presentation, I was able to find out how kinesics, proxemics, self-presentation have an impact on the verbal communication in France. So it's clear that many culture, there's many culture in the world, and different languages, different race. It's very important to know how people interact in other places, so you can be well informed and not assume that, okay, the way that I'm doing my country is gonna be the same thing when I go somewhere else. So that's all I had for you guys. Thank you.